gift through His word. It's God's gift through His word. It's God's gift through His word. It's God's gift through His word. Hey, everyone. I hope you guys are doing okay. Well, today I'm going to get my walk in. I did a live a little bit ago on Facebook, but I didn't do anything on LinkedIn or YouTube. So I'm doing that here now. So I'm going to get my walk in because this morning, I don't know what's been going on. My kids have been forgetting things. So I had to go and take stuff, go print stuff at the library, then go drop it off at the school. So I messed up my entire morning. On top of that, I was a little down earlier because I've just been, as a super mom, as a mom, you still have those days where, the children just do not want to hear. So that was one of those days today. And I was just like, wow, it was just feeling like, it's hard enough as a parent to people, rearing a child. But when you're the one alone by yourself, man, it gets tough and gets rough. And when you have multiple of kids of, 3 and more, it starts to look a little different. And I take my hats off to moms when I see they have like 6 and 7 kids. I'm like, dang, I have 4. I don't know how she does it. And then people look at me like, you have 4. I don't know how I do it. I only have 1. But each of us have what we're able to do, and this is in my capacity. I mean, for me, and having 2 special needs, that's a whole thing in itself anyway. So I'm going to do a short walk today because my other 2, they're on the way home from their school, and I just got the notification that they'll be on their way. So I'll walk and talk with you guys. I'll take my camera off. It's going to look a little weird, but at least you guys can see me a little bit. So let me go ahead and take this off real quick. I want to get totally, hold on a second. Let's go this way. Okay. I need to know which way I was walking. I was going to go check the mail, but maybe I'll do that later. All right. So I had to wear my headset because I want to make sure that, of course, you guys can hear me. And it looks like you guys can, because sometimes when I leave the house, it does weird things. So as I'm looking at it, it's showing that it's lighting up. So I hope you guys can hear me on this mic. And I haven't been using my pop mic lately, but it's okay. So I haven't walked the neighborhood in a long time because I've been, hanging around to Wakana Park and Sky and all those different places. But I did want to get on here. I did that. I was up last night. I'm helping my daughter do a podcast. Imagine that. Podcasting godmother helping her daughter. And I told her before, I was like, you should have been doing a podcast a long time ago because I told you about to do one when we were in California. I was like, why don't you do a podcast? No, that's not my life. I don't want to do it. She would do voiceovers for my friend Pastor Jay and, record little intros and outros for him. But I was like, why don't you just record one? Nope, she never wanted to. Now she's required to do it for a class. I said, imagine that. And she's like, well, no, it'd be easy because you podcast. I'm like, duh. Anyway, I had to help her, with the introduction because she kept forgetting what she wanted to say. I was like, see, you wouldn't be forgetting if you had been practicing all those years ago, but everything comes around full circle. And I said, see, it's still part of what you need to know. I mean, these are technologies and these are things that even though people don't use them, soon they'll be required. Look at, she's required to use a podcast in her school as an assignment. Who would have thought? I didn't have to do that when I was growing up because it might have been around, but I don't remember having to use a podcast in mine because they didn't have the technology. So everything is going to be coming to a head soon. They'll have to use they already are using ChatGPT and all the different AIs like Gemini and Bard and all the stuff with Gemini anyway, and all the other ones that are out there too, because there's a whole bunch. But just like those things are going to be required, so gotta learn it. So I'm trying to learn some other stuff too with AI. But anyway, aside of that, we're gonna walk and talk like we normally do. So I hopefully want to talk to you guys. We're gonna have a good time just talking and look at how it is. This is the green belt. You see, and right there in that section right there, over there was like all that green. There was a coyote sitting right there. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then there's the other green belt part. So this is just nothing but green belt. They call this the green belt. So one day I might come out, sit down here, and have a little picnic, or put a tent up or something. I want to do something like that in the backyard. Put a little tent up, drink my little fancy waters. I said I made a fancy water today. I had that mountain spring water, and I had finished the rest of the key lime twist, and then I cracked open the blackberry pomegranate. I kept saying blueberry, but it's actually blackberry pomegranate with the lime in it. Oh, it's so good and refreshing. That's a spring summer drink. And my kids like the apple one with like the limeade and stuff like that. So I have to make those again for summer because those are good too with the green apples. So anyway, as I was thinking to get in my walk, I said it's going to be a very short walk because, like I said, I got to do a big turnaround for my kids coming home because they'll be here soon. So I don't want to go too far. Oh, look, you guys, a quail. Just a running. Bees. And all these trees, they have the bees. I'm like, no, no bees. That bird is still running. Look at it. It's like, stop following me. I was like, I know, quail. Ah, we have all these creatures out here, all this. So if sometimes you see them, I got to see some road runners before, but I just try to stay away from the bushes because the bees, they have attitudes. So anyway, when I was thinking getting my walk in late, but getting it in because, like I said, this health journey has been great. And I took a picture, and I didn't put it on here, but I took a picture of my Fu Young. I was watching this gentleman. I don't know his name. I guess he used to be a football player, and he turned chef. And he was making egg foo young. I was like, oh, that looks good. And so he had vegetables. He used spinach. I used rainbow chard. So I was like, okay. And so I remember what he was doing last night. So I said, let me try see if so that's okay. Oh, there I popped back in. You never know, because I am far away. So it's okay. But anyway, I I watched his making of his egg foo young. And like I said, he used spinach. I used rainbow chard, and I had chicken. I don't recall him using any meat. It was just him using some vegetables and his spinach. But I used some chicken that I had, that I got from Sprouts too. Is like the barbecue seasoned chicken because they have that kind in the herb seasoning. It's just so good. Anyway, I heated it up and I tore it apart and I put it in the frying pan with the rainbow chard and I put in some peach vinegar and it was really good. Peach vinegar with some violet sea salt, with some pepper and some Tony seasoning, with avocado oil, and I cut it up real fine and mixed it up And man, when I tell you, and after I did that, I put it in my bowl, and then I put the teriyaki sauce, just drizzled just a little bit on top of it. Oh, it was so good. And I had my fancy ice water with lime in it, and I squeezed some extra lime into the sparkling water. Oh, it was good stuff. Talk about a time. It was good. I was like, what? So, anyway, yeah, I was thinking earlier, there have been so many times that I wanted to quit on many things. And my mind and the way it's wired, it won't allow me to do that. And my will won't. Like my I will inspire myself to get back. I don't need anybody to inspire me. I might listen to something motivational real quick, but the Lord God living inside me, or the Holy Spirit living in me, the God in me, it won't allow me to stay being in despair. I just can't. And I've watched the Lord help me in so many ways to overcome so many different things. And I'm just thankful. You know, there are people in my life that they didn't think I was worth two pennies to rub together. I'm like, you don't add any value to us. You don't make us any money. You don't do this. You don't do that. And it was always funny because I was always seen as a person to make somebody else money. And we really cared about the value of me. Just how can we use you to make ourselves some money? Like, what can we do? And how can we exploit you? Or how can we exploit the situation you're currently going through to benefit ourselves? It would always turn out like that. It was a sad thing. And my family was a big proponent of doing that. But, after I have gone through that, and I only bring it up sometimes, right? And it's only as a reference point, but man, that stuff hasn't stopped me. It hasn't stopped me from moving. It hasn't stopped me from progressing forward. It hasn't stopped me from continuously running on. There is stuff and there have been things that wanted to keep me down and keep me stuck and keep me in a way that I just had to keep moving. So the only reason I share this is because you have to do the same thing. And I know sometimes people will say stuff like, you need to go, you need to continue to push on. And sometimes that sounds wonderful, right? But it's hard. But you have to be intentional about wanting to move and wanting to make the change and really wanting to go forward. And when you do, and when you're intentional, you're going to do it. When you want to succeed, when you want to get to your goals, to get to the things that you're trying to do, you're going to do it, regardless of who says what and who doesn't believe in you. And, oh, I don't believe this is possible. Okay, well, you're going to watch, you're going to see. I don't think you can do this. And I've always never liked when somebody tells me what I can and can't do. I have something in me since I have been little. It's always been annoying to me when someone tells me my capabilities are low. And I hope you don't ever fall into the people saying that about you. Well, we don't think you can do that. I don't think you should say that. I don't think you should go over there. You shouldn't move to that state. You shouldn't pack up your kids and put them in that school. Like, people have so much stuff to say because in their life they don't have anything going on. But when they see people making changes and making moves, well, I don't know. Isn't that kind of far? Well, I don't know. What's going to happen if you do that? How are you going to feel? I'm going to feel fine. I'm going to feel great doing what I'm doing because that's why I selected to do what I did and I chose what I chose. So, anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. And I'm looking forward to getting this water bottle that I ordered because you guys know, if you don't know, I'm going to tell you, I'm a big Canva person and I love using Canva Something Fierce. And I think they said I've been using Canva, I don't know, maybe 5 years or something like that. I've been using it a long time anyway, but it was such a thing to me that I was like, oh, when I discovered it could do some other stuff besides just make digital flyers and really produce some things, I was like, let's go. So, of course, I got my banner, and now I'm going to wait for this water bottle. I got some totes that I'm going to make too. So, I'm going to see what happens with that because I only ordered one just to see how it's going to look, see how it works out. I'm going to check this mail real quick so you guys can be with me. And I hope that you guys are going to vote for me for Supermom because today is the last day for this round, this segment. And let me tell you, I know it's gonna get tighter. And I couldn't tell you how I feel about it. Like if I have an inkling if I'm gonna win or not. I don't have a feeling in it either way. I just gotta keep pushing because who knows? Things can change as I've been watching. They change quickly. You know, one minute you think someone's in the top lead and they're not anymore. Okay, there's nothing there. So it's something to I think it's helped me to put myself out there too. And it's helped me to be consistent with all the things that I do. And today I talked to someone from Who's Who and I was like, oh, okay. But I was like, oh, how much does it cost? I'm like, no, thank you. I said, you know what? The Lord knows who I am, and I'm in His who's book of life, and that's an important book. So I'm just stick with that. And there's plenty of other ways to get exposure, which I have to work on. And I have one more thing I have to do. So I will be working on that. And there's some other articles that I got to work on. And I'm just getting excited for different things happening. And for a while, I was like, man, is this going to be something that happens for me? And one of the things is every time I overcome a challenge, I'm able to speak on it with so much power and strength because I've been able to overcome it. So it's been a good thing like that. So I've thought about doing that and it was been good for me. So I get excited about it. But other times I'm just like, oh my goodness. It's just like you're trying to think of all the other things that you want to do in life and that you can. So for me, it's not really about looking at what other people are doing. It's about what am I going to force myself to do and how am I going to show up and how I'm going to be the best me past what I was yesterday. And I hope you're going to do the same thing because you don't really need to wait for anybody to validate any kind of idea you do have. I know people tell you, well, you know, you can this and you can that. You don't have to wait on anybody. You do what you do. If someone doesn't like that you're recording it live, if someone doesn't like that you're talking into your phone or someone doesn't know what you're doing, that's fine. They don't need to. But you need to show up for you. The first person you need to show up is for you because sometimes we tell ourselves we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And guess what? We let ourselves down, right? So you owe yourself an apology. Why did you let yourself down? Why didn't you stick to the goal that you told yourself you were going to do? Right? Nobody else knows that goal except for you, yourself, and I. Me, myself, and I. You know what you wanted to do and you stop. So don't let anybody anywhere tell you what you can and can't do. Please continue to be strong in your faith. Please be strong in how you move, no matter what it is. Whatever your passion is and your goal, please run for it. You only get one life. You don't have multiples of them to try this thing out again and see how it rolls and see, hey, let me do a redo. You don't get a redo. You get a one time, one shot. So you know what? In that one time, one shot, why not make it count? Why not maximize and do the most that you can do for yourself and don't don't let go and just go full out. Play big. Be as big as you can be in your life and just do whatever it is. And if something doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. Maybe you need more information. Maybe that's not the thing for you. But whatever it is, don't be afraid to try. Don't be afraid to step out. Don't be afraid to do it, see what happens, and then say, okay, that didn't work. Let's do something else. But you're always pushing, you're always working, you're always learning and growing and developing. And that's what you have to do. You got to step out on faith and push yourself. Don't be so easily content and comfortable just staying doing the same thing over and over again. And let me tell you, if you think nobody's watching you, you'll be sadly mistaken. They're always watching you. So I'm about to be home right now. Gonna get my last little walk in to my door. But I want to tell you guys a big kiss from me to you. Remember, I love you with the love of Lord Jesus Christ. And please remember to be blessed, motivated, and always inspired to do what the Lord lays on your heart. So I hope you're going to have an amazing day. Take care, you guys. And don't forget to vote for me for what? For Supermom. Remember, vote for me for Supermom. Thank you guys so much for those that have. Thank you, replay viewers. Thank you for all those that will come and see me later. You guys take care. Bye now. Through his wide